of Ogun West. As it is, he has overfulfilled all his campaign promises for the generality of the people through concise and cognate facilitations of massive infrastructural projects, as well as mega empowerment that usually goes viral on social media platforms, in addition to efficiently performing his constitutional roles as a lawmaker and overseer. Yewa North has passed second reading and is ready for public hearing. On record also, Senator Adiola has moved 5 motions that were passed into Senate resolutions dealing with matters of local and national issues. One of such was the motion on the allegation against the Senate and the Presidency on 2024 Appropriation Act that led to a resolution briefly suspending Senator Abdul Ningi for about a month. Another was the reopening of petrol stations along international border areas that is now being implemented to alleviate the hardships of Nigerians along border areas. But for the people of Ogun West Senatorial District and elsewhere in Ogun State, it is in the area of infrastructure development of great magnitude and multi-billion naira expenditure that the enduring impact of Yayi are gleefully acknowledged. As at 2 years in office as Senator of Ogun West, Yayi has completed infrastructural projects that are in use across the 5 local government areas of Ado Duota, Ipokia, Yewa South, Yewa North, and Imeko-Afon, and other places in Ogun State. These projects, in their numbers in each of the 5 local government areas and town halls, supply of transformers and thousands of solar street lights. At present, several other new projects are in various stages of completion, while work has just commenced on others like the critical Runda Olonda Imeko Road, abandoned for years in a state of collapse, and the 107-kilometer Ilara-Ilashe Road, cutting across 4 out of 5 LGAs and over 20 major communities of the senatorial district. One may want to agree with some observers that note poignantly that Ogun West in the last 2 years of Senator Adiola has had more variegated and evenly spreading infrastructure development projects than it did through all administrations since the creation of the state almost 50 years ago. This is how exceptional and overfulfilling of campaign promises that Senator Adiola has brought to bear as a demonstration of good governance under a democracy and promises of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Again, Senator Adiola has ensured personal impact and human resource development in Ogun West and beyond in the last 2 years in the form of facilitation of mega empowerment programs that had touched no fewer than 40,000 constituents directly. A resolute believer in touching lives directly, these facilitations often take the form of skills acquisition, trainings for women and youths, and subsequent empowerment, for which multi-million naira worth of equipment and cash grants have been given to start income-generating self-employment. At the second town hall meeting and empowerment program, some of the trainees in leather goods turned out with products that led Senator Adiola to promise the establishment of a complex dedicated solely for leather products in the senatorial district. For follow-ups and future assistance, a record of all beneficiaries of the Senator's empowerment are captured in program brochure as well as senatorial database. The Senator has also facilitated cash grants for market women to assist them in their trades. During the first edition of the program, 5,000 women benefited to the tune of 25,000 naira each, with the money paid directly into their accounts. The second edition saw additional 10,000 women benefiting from a 50,000 naira grant that extended to women in other markets in Ogun State beyond Ogun West Senatorial District. Similarly, 6,000 farmers in clusters and individually were empowered with tractors, farm implements, improved seedlings, and other inputs, as well as cash grants. Also, beyond the construction of school buildings that had increased classrooms by over 200, Senator Adiola's scholarship and bursary awards in tertiary institutions to the tune of 200,000 naira and 100,000 naira respectively has so far benefited about 5,000 undergraduates. Tertiary institutions were also beneficiaries of buses to ease transportation for undergraduates across Ogun State. On religious level, Senator Adiola continues with goodwill gestures of massive gifts during festivities, as well as sponsorship of Muslim and Christian pilgrims to holy lands. This year alone, about 190 Muslim pilgrims went to Hajj, with almost equal numbers of Christians going to Jerusalem in Israel. There is doubt that in the last 2 years, as senator representing Ogun West, Senator Adiola has more than fulfilled all items on his campaign manifesto and promises he made while seeking office. In relative terms to others elsewhere and his predecessors, who may have delivered effective representation for their constituents, Senator Adiola's representation is nothing short of exceptional from all perspective for a lawmaker. It is this exceptionalism in showing what good governance should look like that has made him the talk of the town across Ogun State, with pleas for him to replicate same across Ogun State by vying for the #1 seat of governor. He may yet accede to such well-intentioned call in the months ahead. The remaining years of his representation promises to be more exceptional.
I greet you folks. Welcome to another program in the series, Citizen Jones Today. What we do is very simple. We interrogate issues that get thrown up by my country, your country, just so you know. Today, Benue, on the mind, orgy of killings in peacetime, mortifying. You know, when nearly 2 weeks ago, the Benue State Chief Executive, Reverend Father Hassan Alia, hinted that unnamed members of the National Assembly and top politicians in the state were behind the orgy of killings, we thought the hornets were driven away from their nests and anything was possible. Now, the caucus of the National Assembly has flatly dismissed the governor's statements as untrue and irresponsible. Today, the state, nay, the country as a whole, is reacting angrily to the mindless slaughtering of over 200 people. The Catholic Pontiff, Leo XIV, has weighed in on the ugly situation. In addition, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, himself a Benue son, proud Benue son, has dared the governor to name those involved. Plus, rights groups are asking for a state of emergency to be declared in the state. The bystander wants to know that the orgy of killings in the Middle Belt is as old as the region itself, and any attempts to resolve the impasse must be both military and economic. So let's have a conversation, please. My conversationalist is the ever-dependable Nelson Ekujimi. Nelson, I greet you one more time. Welcome.
I greet you, Citizen Jones, and good day, viewers.
Yeah, Nelson, the Benue story, the orgy of killing, mindless killings in Benue State is as old, as I said, as the region itself.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes, Citizen Jones. First and foremost, we must condemn the killings in its entirety. It is totally horrendous and unacceptable. Even the killing of one soul.
Oh, yeah.
As at this morning, the governor said 151 persons lost their lives. And